guys, this is Anya. I'm starting this channel, Humanities and Beyond, to help students navigate their school journey and things beyond that. I'm currently working on creating crucial videos to boost your board preparation in the coming months. These videos are going to be super relevant and will help you in scoring a 90 plus score in your examination. I personally got a 98% in my CBSE Class 12 boards and a perfect score of 100 in English and Sociology. Since I'm just starting, I request you to go ahead and like, share and subscribe to the channel to help me continue create such content. In this video, we will be covering a structured 9-day approach to ace your English board examination and score a perfect score of 100 by following the steps that I just list down. Watch till the end of the video for a structured 9-day plan and all required resources that you'll need to get through with your preparation. I'll also be attaching a Drive link in the description box. Do check that out for all relevant marking schemes, previous year questions, and any relevant content in your board examination preparation. Now, let's just get started with the video that we have in place. So today we'll be covering everything that you need to prepare for the examination. This includes the study plan, the syllabus, the marking schemes, and especially some final day tips that can help you ace your examinations further. So without any delay, let's get started. So basically, we'll be starting with analyzing the paper pattern first. The paper has three major parts, that is part A, part B, part C. The part A covers the reading skills. Now herein, you get two unseen passages. One which would be of a descriptive or literary type. Herein, they are trying to assess your comprehension and interpretation abilities. So you will get passages that will have a lot of literary content and you'll have to analyze what exactly do they mean by that. The second passage that you'll get would be a case-based factual passage. Herein, you'll have some statistical data, some percentages, which you'll be required to assess, infer, and evaluate. Now here, the questions that you get are usually of multiple choice types or short answers, but you need to be really thorough with your preparation in the part A to get the marks that are stipulated in the section. Now moving on to the part B of the paper, which is the creative writing section. Now this is a very important part because this is a fixed pattern that you have. You will have 4 types of questions that will come up in your examination, noted to be notice writing, invitation and replies, letter writing, and article/report writing. I'll be covering these in depth in the further parts of the video. Now finally, you have part C, which is literature textbooks. Herein, you get the different prose and poems that are part of your subject in your books of Flamingo and Vistas. And these are some things which you will have multiple choice questions, objective type questions, short answers, and long answers questions from. Now let's analyze each of these parts individually so that you understand how you can prepare them in the next coming 9 days. Now let's get started with section A. Now section A comes with a heavy weightage of 22 marks, and this is something that you don't really have to prepare a lot for because you can't really learn this. All of this happens on spot. So it is strategies that you can have so that you can better prepare for it. I'll be creating a special video only for how to attempt section A and what mindset to go into so that you can get all these 22 by 22 marks in your paper. Now herein, as I also mentioned before, there is one unseen passage that will be based on your descriptive or literary topics, and it will assess your comprehension, your interpretation, your analysis, and your inferences. The second one, which is in my opinion a little bit easier because it is case-based factual passages, and it has statistical data, it has charts. So the answers to these are less subjective and they're more objective, and you can score more here. So definitely focus on these and try to not get scared with numbers when they come off screen because these are usually always easier to attempt. Now moving on to the next part of the paper, which is section B. Here I think if you do it strategically, you can get perfect marks. People are usually scared of this section because they think they don't know how to get a right answer or how to get the perfect score. But I think if you follow the formats that are given out there, if you follow the marking scheme, you can get a perfect score here. I will again be creating videos for all of these separately in the coming days. Please subscribe to the channel to get access to all of those videos. I'll also be solving some PYQs in every video so that you know exactly how to attempt the question to get 18 out of 18 in this section as well. Our aim is not to score a 90, an 80 or a good score. It is to score 100 by 100. If I can, so can you. So moving on to the first part of this section, which is notice writing. Here you get two questions which you have to attempt out of one out of. This has to be for 50 words, and the format is very simple. So you have 4 marks that are divided into 1 mark for format, 1 mark for the content that you write, 2 marks for the content that you write, sorry, and 1 mark for accuracy and spelling and the grammar that you use. Secondly, you have formal and informal invitation and replies, which is again up to 50 words with their word limit. Herein, you again need to choose one out of the two given questions have to be answered. 1 mark is for format, 2 is for content, and 1 is again for accuracy of spelling and grammar. Now, the third thing that you have to do in this section is letter writing. Now, letter writing is of two major types. One is for a job with biodata or resume, and the second one is letter to editor, giving your opinions or suggestions on matter of public interest. Here, again, you have to attempt one out of these two. In letter, these are usually longer questions, but majority of the marks can be gained if you know the particular format accurately. The content only carries 2 marks, and there are other 3 marks that you can gain just by following the perfect format that you have, which is something I will be providing you in the further coming videos. Finally, you have article and report writing. You can choose again from one of those two to in your paper. It carries a total of 5 marks, and the marks distribution is again 1 mark for format, 1 mark for organization of ideas, how you're organizing it, how structured it is, if there is a flow in the ideas that you have. 2 marks for content, and finally for accuracy of spelling and grammar. Now, for people who are scared that the grammar and spellings are weak, I think you can take this as a sign of relief that everything only carries 1 mark at the end of it for your accuracy of spelling and grammar, and that is also not very stringent, honestly, while they're checking. So if you make tiny 1 or 2 errors, they will be ignored. These marks are only deducted if you're making continuous errors, and that is when you lose these marks. Otherwise, you're good to go. There's nothing to be scared of. If you follow a structured approach, you are going to get an 18 by 18 in this section, and I'll make sure that I can help you in the best possible way to get that. Now, moving on to the final section of the paper, also the section with the highest weightage of 40 marks. The section is very long, and you have to be strategic while you're attempting this section, or you can get lost in the number of questions that you have here. Now, here there are every type of questions that you can think of. You have MCQ type questions, you have objective questions which are in short type and long type. Now, I think you need to realize that there are 3 different aspects to preparing this section. There are prose in flamingos, there are poems in flamingos, and then there are again prose in vistas. Now, once you look at the way the paper is structured, you get 1 question of poetry from flamingo, which is compulsorily there, and you have choice between 2. So even if you're not able to do a particular poem, I think you can be okay with that, because as long as you've covered rest of them, you'll be able to attempt this question. Then you have to choose 1 prose out of 2 from vistas in a 4-marker question, which is a shorter question as compared to the others. Now here, the next question is again 1 prose out of 2 from the book of Flamingo. This is a long answer question, and then you have to be thorough with the chapter to actually be able to attempt this in a good manner and to not mess this up. Then you have short answer type questions. Herein you get 5 questions that you have to attempt out of 6, and these are from a mix of prose and poetry. Then you get short answer type questions from prose in vistas, which you have to answer in 40 to 50 words, and here you will have 3 question types, and you will have to attempt 2 out of 3. Now, moving on to the last 2 questions that you have 2 long answer questions that you have here. One is from prose and poetry of Flamingo, and the other one is from vistas. Now, these questions have to be attempted in 120 to 150 words, and these are questions that you need to be really thorough with the chapter to know the exact details that have been asked, and also some background that you can add. Now, after understanding the way the paper pattern is, the way the questions are asked, and the way that the CBSE board is judging you on, I think we can move on to the final aspect of the video and the most important part, the 9-day preparation plan. How can you utilize these 9 days to the perfect way so that you can get a perfect 100 score? Now I have divided the days on the basis of the chapters that you can cover on those days, and also how you can cover the different sections that you have. So starting with day 1, that is today, we're keeping it simple and we're covering two major aspects, one chapter, one prose and one poem, so that we're done with poems, since there is one compulsory question of poems that is going to be there. Then from day 2 we also start including part B question types, so that we're prepared with them as and when they come. So by day 5 you are basically done with your part B, and you've also covered a big chunk of your part A. So most of your preparation is going in the right direction and you can gain confidence. Day 6 we also aim on part A, because part A carries a heavy weightage of 22 marks, and this is something that you don't really have to learn anything about. You only have to know how to strategically attempt those questions, and I'll be personally creating a video with the perfect strategies and perfect way to attempt this. Now then, once you're done with this, by day 6 you are done with part A plus part B and a majority of part C, and this is the confidence that you need to go ahead and get this perfect score in your board examination. On day 7 and day 8 you finish the rest of the chapters that you have, and day 9 and the most crucial day of your preparation is when you revise all part B writing skill formats. You make a time management strategy, because believe me that class 12th board examination for English specifically is very long and it is very difficult to finish it in time. I will also be trying to create a video on time management strategy as to what is the perfect way to attempt the paper, so that you can attempt all the questions in time with the perfect answers and get the score that you're looking for. I think that is it for this video, guys. I have tried to cover the major outline as to how you have to prepare for the board examination in the next 9 days. Please support the channel so that I can go and create more such informative videos to further enhance your preparation. Please let me know if you need any specific video for a preparation in the comment section. Let's go ahead and get that perfect 100 score. Thank you for watching. I hope you like the video.